Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today we are going to be talking about the BRP Raingear. So what is there to talk about? Well, first off, let's just say this: it keeps you dry. And you know, in the test of Raingear, that is really the main thing you have to contend with, right? Is it going to keep you dry? The pants, let's talk about the pants first. The pants will pull up nice and high to cover your jeans and to get over your underlaying jacket. So the waist is tall like it's supposed to be. The closure on the legs, it is Velcro and it is a zipper, and it's easy to get your feet through there. You know, a lot of time you can't get your feet through without taking your boot or your shoe off, or it gets stuck in there. Well, this, it opens up nice and wide and allows you in there, and then when you close it up down at the bottom, it closes up nice and snug with Velcro. So I really do appreciate the cut of the pants on that. So the jacket, let's talk about the jacket. The jacket's very, very simple. So I'm going to undo my glove here. You can see it's just a nice elastic band on the wrist, but it's tight enough that where water intrusion is not a problem. I've never had water creep up my arm in this thing, so I really, really appreciate that. The other thing, the collar comes up nice and high, and I have never had water. You know, one of the issues that we have with Raingear is the water that runs more down the back of your neck and gets the back of your shirt wet, and kind of that big ball of water that just develops there down your spine. In fact, I normally wear a type of jacket historically that had a hood on it, and I would take the hood, I would put the hood on in my helmet. Let me redo my glove here. I would get I would pull the hood up inside of my helmet, and that would keep me dry. And I never really enjoyed that because it created this weird layer between my helmet and my head. But it was necessary because everything else, the collar seemed to catch so much water, especially the way when you're riding a touring machine like the Spyder, that water likes to circulate and kind of blow back on the back of your neck and the back of your head. I've never had water intrusion with this jacket at the collar. Now, could it happen? I guess it could, but the collar is high. It's not uncomfortably tight, but it does create a reasonable seal around your neck. As far as the cooling slant heating properties and venting of the jacket, I don't sweat in this jacket like I do in my Columbia jacket. My Columbia jacket, it's weird. I always create this little, this kind of moisture inside where I don't know if my body heat versus the cold of the rain creates this humidity that develops in there. This jacket does not seem to do that. The pants don't do that. So I'm very, 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 very pleased with this little setup. So let's go into the old CB3 Homestead and we'll take a look at this darn thing up close and personal.
All right, so the biggest thing with motorcycle Raingear for me has always been getting the pants on over my big old clodhopper feet. I wear a size 13, and most of the pants that I get won't go on over my shoes. So what I do is, right now I have on a pair of boots that are my newest favorite riding boots. I'll be doing a review on these pretty soon. But I want to show you, this is the little carry bag that it comes in. There you go. Has a little umbrella on it. All right, jacket. So here's the pants. So I want to show you the way the pants open up. You've got a zipper. Now the zipper is a nice heavy duty zipper. It's a watertight zipper. As with anything, that when you're doing a zipper like this, you have to make sure you don't bind up the material. So that's one thing that with everything that's like this, where you start getting watertight, you start having to bunch up material. You just want to make sure you don't snag your material as you zip it. Then it has an additional Velcro closure like that. So let's see how this thing goes over a big old 13 boot. And get the other leg. It's already unzipped. So let's see how it works. This is where you normally get the problem, right? You get down to the bottom of that big old boot. Check this out. There's the big old giant clodhopper. And it goes right over. Very, very impressive. I'm going to tell you, this is the only pair of riding pants I've gotten that I can do that with. There's the zipper. Quick zip. Again, making sure your material's pulled out of the way. Because if not, you're going to bunch it up and catch it in your zipper. Perfect. Velcro closure. Boom, there you go. The other leg, same way. Zips right up. Velcro closure. I'm tucking the jacket down inside of the pants, and then I'll have my rain jacket over the top of my other jacket. So I would have my riding jacket zipped up. Again, this is a large jacket that I'm wearing, but the rain jacket is designed to go over what you're wearing. Put this on. The sleeves, you can see, I have long arms. That's another thing. You want this thing to go down to your gloves. So the sleeves are nice and long. Zips nice and high in the collar. Has a nice little protective little flap right there, which keeps you from pinching your skin. As you get a little bit older, you get that loose skin up there and you pinch that. Also has a drawstring right there. You can pull and tighten the collar up. I find the collar is plenty tight just in its standard mode. And I'm kind of a pencil neck. I don't have the big fat neck, so I think that you know, it's gonna be plenty watertight for anyone out there. So that's how it fits. So you can see there's not a lot of flapping and things going on here. Very, very clean, heavy duty. So now I'm going to take this thing off and we're going to show you the seams that are in it. Because it's important. The seams are very important. You want to make sure that you don't have a seam that is going to leak on you. So you can see all of your seams are sealed. Every one of them. Now anyone who camps, they understand that these tape seams like that are pretty darn waterproof. Very, very expensive MSR type tents use the same type of stitching and same type of tape, and it works perfectly. This thing does not leak at all. So now I'm going to unzip these pants on the bottom. There you go. Same thing over here. Grab it, pull it nice and snug. It unzips real quick, easy. Again, around the big boot, that's always been the issue for me. So it's getting it off, gonna be as easy as getting it on. You just slip your boot. Once you get the toe in, you just roll everything right down behind the heel, and the boot pops right out. Same thing over here. Just simply roll it down and roll it right out. Once you get it over the boot to the heel at this point. Just like that. In the pants you can see the little stitching, seam sealed all the way around, all the way down by your zippers. Everything is seam sealed, everything. The quality of this thing is really top notch. I've had this suit for over a year, and it has done a great job. Every time I've worn it, I've been absolutely dry. My big concern was the top not having a hood that I could pull up over my head and then put the helmet on. I was always worried that water was going to run down the back of my neck. I've not experienced that. But that was my big fear with this. Again, I just pull that material down nice and tight in there. Boom, just like that. Close the Velcro, fold it up. Once I fold it, I just roll them. That goes in the bag. The jacket, I do the same. I basically fold it to where it's nice and long and straight, and then I just roll it up. Stick it right in the bag. For your drawstring, and there you go. It says Can-Am on it. Again, has the little umbrella. The jacket does have pops of reflectivity on it and does a great job. It also can work as a windbreaker if you're out and about. And if you're a little chilly and wearing a non-winter time jacket, you can put that on over the top of that jacket, and it just provides you that nice layer of insulate, and that really does help. All right, so the big things are the waterproof zipper, the highly elasticized neck with the drawstring, keeps the water from going through there, nice tight elastic around the waist, around the wrist, to keep from water intrusion, has a nice storage bag. The pants, you can get a large, big old giant foot inside of it, which is big time, and it has nice reflective print and pops of reflectivity on the jacket, so it really does a nice job. They also call this material temperature resistant and waterproof. It's going to keep you dry and it's going to keep you warm. Again, I've had this suit for a year. I've used it in the summertime. I've used it in the wintertime. It did not build up an immense amount of heat any worse than any other rain suit I've worn, which I was very pleased with that. The rain seems to keep you cool enough, right? I'm going to tell you, of all of the rain suits that I have, this is my go-to. This is the one that I use. I've used Columbia's. I've used the Harley rain suits, which I really like. They're super heavy duty as well, although they cost a lot more than this rain suit. I did check the BRP website. As of the making of this video, it is available. I know that's a lot of the issues whenever I review BRP stuff. People go, well, I went to buy it and it wasn't there. It wasn't available. They were sold out. As of the making of this video, it is in stock and it's available for immediate shipment. So I can't speak for what it's going to be in a week, 2 weeks. We are approaching the spring and rainy season is coming. April showers do bring May flowers. All right, so there's the put on, take off, seeing the seam seals and all of that stuff, the double stitching, the elastic, the heavy duty zippers, the Velcro, all of it. There you have it. All right, back to the ride.
Well, welcome back. I want to let you know that the number and the title of this Raingear will be written right here. Will also be down below in the description of the video. And I know I mentioned it while we were in the kitchen. So there you go. But this thing works great. I think you can buy it without hesitation. It's true to size. I wear a large and everything, and this is a large, and it fits me perfectly. So the BRP Raingear, 2 thumbs up from the Coach Bob 3 channel. I really, really like it. All right, well, there you have it. The BRP Raingear, you know all about it now. You can make an informed decision whether you want to buy that or something different. But until next time, I want you to do me a favor. Yes, you, go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you're most definitely doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and I will see you on the road real soon.